Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Creative Lens. I'm your host, Uncle Dice, aka Malume, and we're back for another exciting episode. And today's guest is someone who is super, super special, super skillful, multi-talented, filmmaker. Recently, she made a major move that's been in the news, and she's been doing great work. If you go through her page, you'll see all the amazing work. Ladies and gentlemen, allow us to introduce you to our guest for today, Miss Koketso. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Not too bad. How's everything?
Yeah, everything is peaceful. Everything's lovely.
Welcome to Cape Town.
Oh, thank you. Like, wow, you guys. Yeah. I'm having a good time. I'm so humbled. I'm so blessed. Like, I'm really excited.
You're excited about everything?
Good weather so far. I haven't experienced the badness.
How long have you been in Cape Town?
What's today's date?
The 4th of December.
Okay. So this coming Saturday it would have been a month.
A month?
Yeah, I'm still a newbie.
What?
Yeah.
So what cool things have you been doing in the city so far?
Cool things in the city.
Yeah.
Cool. I went to go watch a theater. I love like stage performance.
Oh.
I went to the beach. The beach was cool.
Okay.
I fell on the beach.
You fell?
Yeah, because I didn't know you don't wear your flip-flops as you walk into the beach. I didn't know that the rocks be slipping. And then like been meeting with like friends and family and getting to know new people, like-minded people.
Yeah.
You guys are really cool, eh? Like,
wow.
You guys are really nice people. And it's not where I'm saying where I came from. It's not nice people. I'm just saying you guys really love creative. You love heart. You love,
Okay, cool. So I guess then maybe we can just start it from there, man. Since you're new to the city, let's go back to the beginning. Okay. Tell us, growing up, where you from? Tell us all the way from the beginning, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, so I am from Pretoria.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are from Limpopo. I just grew up with those traits and grew up in Pretoria, studied in Joburg, worked in Joburg.
Wow.
Stayed in Joburg.
So we've just been there.
Just been in Joburg.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah.
High school, Joburg?
No, Pretoria.
Pretoria again.
So I went to Joburg because I studied at AVDA and taught me a lot of things about film, also hurt me a lot about film. But then I worked in Joburg, worked and lived in Joburg, and now I'm in Cape Town.
You're in Cape Town. So let's go back to school. How was that?
Which school?
In Pretoria.
Oh,
high school. Yeah, how was that?
Oh, I always say this. I'm like, just guess which school I went to, because everybody looks at me and they think I went to like a girls' high or some other school. I went to HF.
HF, what's HF?
Yeah, I always get that question.
Yeah, well, yeah. What is HF?
I went to Hendrik Verwoerd High School.
Wow.
And it's very contradictory between like what happened then and what's happening right now in our country. But it was a really great school, hey? Like, I love that school.
Wow. And did you play sport?
I love sports. I played netball. Actually, just yesterday, my mom and I were going through like my old blazers and jerseys that had like first team netball. So I played netball.
First team?
Yeah.
You were that girl.
I was that girl, which is crazy. I was a head girl.
What? Get out of here.
Yeah, yes, it's crazy. So contradictory.
Okay. So then growing up now and where you are today, where does film come into this? Did you have a camera at home? Where did the love for that come in? Or you watching movies? How did that play out?
I actually fell in love with stage, like stage performance. Like my dad loved to take me to Sarafina. He was close mates with Mbongeni, the late Mbongeni. And I would always go to the rehearsals. I would always go when they writing the script. And I was like 6, 5, 7, very young.
Wow.
Watching Sarafina, being there with the guy himself, the creative himself. So what led me to going to AVDA, I thought they had, stage directing.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They only had TV and film and then the performers. And I was like, I want to direct stage. I love emotive and creativity and performance. Yeah. And then I fell into TV TV and writing. So writing and directing at TV.
So then at that time, so were you clear? So were you kind of clear when you were in high school, like, I'm going to do this?
Yeah.
Or was there, maybe I'll be a lawyer?
No, I knew I wanted to do stage directing because I even majored in stage in my matric year. So I knew I just wanted to be a performer, or I wanted to direct performance, or direct, stage and acting.
Wow.
So I think also you see that in my current work of art right now, where performance is
a thing.
Is a thing.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Then we go to after two, which means we're in Joburg at this time.
Yeah, we're in Joburg now.
So how is that for you? You're after, you're in Joburg. How is that scene for you at the time when you were in the scene?
So I met like really great friends, like great friends from Pretoria, from Valcom, from like all over South Africa coming to come and do one thing. It wasn't easy. It was hard. I mean, hard in so many ways, Okay.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. And not in terms of like the Joburg life.
Yeah.
Joburg life was really beautiful to experience. It was really cool to experience. The people also were really like cool to experience. I think it's just having to navigate the finances and because I'm not going to be out here and be like, after was great. It was cool, but like the financial side of things were hard.
It was hard, yeah.
But you also chasing your dreams. So I went there on a bursary.
Yeah.
People don't know that you can actually go to AFDA on a bursary.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like you really can. Some people pay it back. Some people like get sponsors. But there are people out there who put you on a bursary. It just means you have to be there.
You have to be. So then, since you got a bursary, you were very good at school. I take it and for you to get a bursary, you had to be. So how was that for you? In terms of just knowing where you're coming from, going to school in a bursary, just trying to connect. Like you said, money already was a stretch at the time. How did you stay motivated to finish? Because like in this day and age, and across South Africa as a whole, we see and hear a lot of the stories where students can't continue going to school because of fees. We always see the hardships that current students today are going through due to the lack of money. How did you keep your head up all throughout the time? What worked for you, or what got you through to the end?
I think like also not letting my parents down. I think because I really care about family, and they were like, and they're all teachers. Understand that school had to be done. Had to finish. There was nothing about nothing. So motivation was like my parents on my neck, but also knowing that this thing that I really love doing, and I really want to see where it takes me. And I really think that God, bringing Christianity, but like really God put me into this space, and I allowed Him to carry me through the journey. Throughout, yeah. Okay. So the push was really to be like, I love this, and it makes me feel something.
Okay.
And also, like having watched commercials and TV soapies with my grandmother was really amazing, because I would always wait. I mean, we would watch The Bold and the Beautiful and Things of Our Lives, and we'll be back to back, right? And then when the ads come, it's more local stuff. And I waited for the ads. I was like, I want to see my people. Like, let's see. So the Halls, I don't know if you know the Halls ad. I always love this ad. It's with the what do you call it? With the aliens that come, and then the go-go's are there.
Yes,
and the go-go's are like, don't come here with your foot nonsense.
Yes, that's a dope ad.
I love that ad. I was like, you know what? And I really loved the performance there and everything. So I always waited for
that
like ads to come on. The ads back then, they were banger. they didn't care. Like agency didn't care. Directors didn't care. Everyone was like, we're doing this because we're South African and it's relatable.
Yeah.
Now
wow.
it's a bit.
Now it's a bit different.
It's a bit different.
After happens, you graduate.
Yes.
Then where does the world take you to from there? What happens next? Where does your journey continue after that?
Okay, so I didn't want to be broke after school, because I feel like after everyone was, the lecturers were saying most people who study this course don't normally end up doing the job in the course.
Wow.
Or like doing their career job in that, yeah. So I was like, damn, I need to find a job. So in my second year, I just went out to production companies. I emailed all the production companies. Like, copy paste, bro. This was second year. And I was just like, because I want to work and dabble between work and going to school.
Yeah.
Just so that, like, I can intern my third year. And then when I'm done, I can at least have a job. You know? So that's what I did in my third year. I met up with really cool people, producers and directors. And then I was called to be on an H&M set. And I was like, yes, let's go. They literally called me the day before. They're like, wow. So we have an H&M set and it's at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I'm in Midrand. And Midrand to Santon is about 45 minutes.
It's a bit of a distance.
So it's a distance. So I'm just like, damn, okay, I'll do it. I woke up, went onto set, and I was literally a stranger because I did not know what was happening on that set. I met a guy named Michael Cleary. He's a DOP.
All right.
And he said to me, he's like, what school did you go to? Or are you going to? I said, AVDA. And he's like, oh, you know, you could have saved that money and bought yourself gear. And I was still doing school. And I'm like, bro, like, that's not great advice. So I meet him now and I'm like, look, I'm doing what I studied and, I finished school. So, which is a bit of both. But being on the set, and then I met Khale, my money. She's been my mentor since then. She was shooting a digital spot for the H&M set. And she was like, who's this girl? Like, I feel like I irritated everyone because no one knew what to do with me. They were like,
go over there.
They were like, go over there. I just started giving people water. I was like, it's hot. Do you guys want water? You know? And then I met Khale. She was like a beautiful, beautiful soul on set. And 2 weeks later, we exchanged on set and I'm messaging her like the next day. And, commercials, they forget about you sometimes. And you just need to be persistent.
You need to be remembered, right?
You need to be remembered. Be persistent. Yeah,
that's it.
And then I hit her up. She's like, come through. And I was like, I'm going to be a director. No, that's not what happened. I fell into research.
Wow. And how was that?
Research was interesting. I never knew what that meant. I never knew what research was.
So can you, do you have a summary? If someone is to ask you what that is, what would you say you did there?
Right now, I know what it is. Back then, I didn't know what it was.
Why?
But if someone were to ask me now what research entails in terms of commercials, because there's different types of research. This one is commercial research or film research. Okay. Let's not box it into one category. And basically, it's getting a brief from agency through a director and you literally getting all the information from outwards. Because everybody thinks that their idea is so amazing and it's the only one that exists. It's people have done it before. There's different ways of tackling like a specific shot. So it's just gathering information and putting it into like keynotes or like a script, or it's just building a treatment in terms of that. Okay. And then the director takes it and puts it all together, and then they present it to agency, and depending on which treatment wins, they get to shoot it. But yeah, I was in the research side. But
how long were you there for?
Third year? 5 years. I was there for
5 years.
But continuously trying to push, continuously trying to, get up there until it felt a little bit capped. Whatever that
So how were you pushing?
So I was pushing in many things.
Yeah.
So that job was I didn't just do research. I directed assist. I did social media and marketing. I did quite a bit of stuff.
Direct assist?
Yes.
Okay.
So like on set, going to castings, street castings, or like going to locations, recce's and all those things.
Do you remember any?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, sure. Just take us through a bit.
The beginning of the year, they told me to go street cast.
Oh, what's that?
So street casting is basically you go in your car, you step out and you just watch people, basically. Oh. And then you say, okay, that person seems like they fit the brief. That person seems like... And you literally approach them. You go, hi, so we're shooting an ad of this nature,
Interesting.
and we'd like you fit our brief, and we'd like you to come for castings, and like you kind of just make them sign something, you exchange details. But I had to do it for Pan Africa, so I had to go into Hillbrow.
Wow.
So at least I didn't go alone. I mean, I went with one security. What's one security gonna do? Like, like what are we gonna do? But went into like Hillbrow, we went into like Alex, we went to different places, and we just street casted, where we just drive around, we see people, or we connect with a community leader, and we literally take videos of casting tapes of them. And it was Pan Africa, so Pan Africa is very big.
Yeah,
People
it is. Yeah.
Africa is one country.
No, it's so big. How many countries are in Africa?
It's huge.
Right. How many people are in those countries,
Exactly. And
So,
it's going to those communities to find those authentic people, because I feel like the more you come into the city, or the more you come into the brighter lights, like everything is watered down. Everybody is like not themselves.
Yeah.
You know? And the true people are back at home, truly.
Yeah, I know they are. That, I mean, like we always, in advertising, one thing that when we always used to work with directors from a strategic point, we always had this phrase where we say, we want the guy next door or the girl next door type of person.
Yes.
Going back to what you're saying about street casting, oh wow, you learn every day.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And do you remember any brands that you worked on, or any ads that you did work on back then? When you were starting out, when you were doing different things, what key one were you like, yo, I was working on that?
Yeah.
Did you have that moment?
Yeah, it's crazy because I just did the MTN campaign. I mean, it was MTN, which was crazy. But I've learned from so many directors, and which I think research really helps you, because you get to see, like, especially where the company I was at that time, I got to see like different directors and tackle things in different ways and address things and solve things in different ways, which was so beautiful, because that made me find my own way of doing things. And so it was MTN, which was like really, really cool. And like there was Jägermeister that we did. I did the digital spots with Khale, and she did the main TVC.
Okay.
And then just like passion projects, truly. Oh, and Samsung. Samsung was really cool.
Okay. So then let's talk about two things, Jägermeister and Samsung. Let's just go back there. You said you shot digital.
Yes.
But what's that?
So there's the main TVC that they pump all the money into.
Yeah.
And then all the change
Goes to
the
assets that live when you on reels. You do that kind of
the
stuff.
one that you put on reels, the one that always has to be
Vertical.
9x16.
Yeah.
You know, that's me.
Okay, cool. And then you mentioned Samsung. Was it Samsung?
Yes, Samsung.
What did you do on that? How was that?
So Samsung, I did the making of. So there was two different aspects. So I shot with director Kit, who made the main TVC, which is 30 and a 60. And then I did the making of, because Kama Mpela was taking over from Casper. So it was like this big thing for her. I mean, it's a brand thing as well. So we had to do a 3-minute like making of the whole Samsung and Kama Mpela and Casper Nyovest. And then we did like a teaser video, which was a 30 seconds teaser, but they will never be on TV, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be on social media. Everybody's on their phone.
Yeah, but it wasn't fun watching for 30 minutes, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I guess, like, you and I spoke about this earlier on, about how long these get, but I still feel strongly that there is a space for those for that format of a 60-seconder and a 30-seconder. There is definitely a place for that. And even 3 minutes, like that's a brand story. So do you, at the time you're making a lot of adverts, brand stories, music videos, are you working on those?
I love music videos. So should have started with this question. Should have started from the beginning. So I love music, because I love music.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I want to accomplish when I'm in Cape Town is to become a DJ, but
really,
God has me, because I feel like my music taste is quite vast and like it's cool. But I really love music videos, and I love documentaries. So commercials just happened to fill the gap. Something that's like a quick turnover, something that you can do I mean, I don't know from agency side, but when a brief comes in, 2 to 3 weeks, you already know whether you've got the job or not.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
So I love music videos so much that I really saw Swank being a music video. And that's how I just thought.
Okay, and then
I really love the music. Like music and cutting and editing is something that needs to work hand in hand, not only for the visual. Wow. So music, like sound, and your cutting to the sound needs to marry.
It's crazy. Like, okay, so then the music element. So what's your relationship with music and as a director?
Oh, I play music on set. I play music in the morning. Like, I love music so much. So as a director, I really love to, how can I say, you know, because I'm from Pretoria and we know that we invented amapiano. We'll never let that go. So, like my relationship with music is something that I'm learning even more through directing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I loved music as much as directing. So I think I'm just learning to, you know, marry the two.
Marry the two worlds. I mean, and speaking of which, let's jump straight into it. Swank, may you share with us what was your process for Swank from the get-go? You know, what inspired you to unpack it that way? Just walk us through the story. Like, you know, I know you did tell me a bit of the story before we started, but I think right now is the best time for us to jump into it. Firstly, amazing work, super strong.
Thank you.
You know, it's crazy when I told, you know, my brother Malcolm from Refuse. So when I told him that, you know, you were coming here, he almost lost his mind. I was like, yo, do you see the work she did with Swank? Because he has a fashion brand.
Oh, damn.
But the work is super strong. So yeah, just take us through that.
That's so crazy. Shout out to your brother. Shout out to your brother for real.
Yeah, you know, he report me. I was like, yo, she did this, and yo, when you see her, yo, just tell her that, you know,
just like, you know, continue to. It's so crazy because I always call Swank my 550 job, and everyone's like, oh no, okay, I'm like, okay, 650, because like it was truly like a passion project, and I remember myself and Josh Levi shot a music video called Ascension. And we just like really connected then. And we're like, okay, no, we can do this. And he's like, you know what, come up with any concept, let's put it together, and then we can decide which brand we want to do. And the problem with me is that as soon as I have an idea, I want to work on it now. Yeah. I don't I'm like putting all my energy now, and then I'll leave it to like marinate, and then I'll
come back to it. Yeah.
Later, you know? So Swank, I was like, okay, I want something to be cool. I want something to be for the people, for the culture, and for my generation, but also giving back to like what we've seen before, you know, but also what haven't we seen? Like, why can't we shoot weird and ridiculous stuff? You know? So I just like conceptualized. I was like, okay, I want a street brand. I want a brand that is not like in your face up there, but one that is also coming up, because as a young director, not a lot of people see you as a director. Yeah. So when people are like, oh yeah, she's such a cool director, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're talking about me. Because for a very long time, it wasn't like that. And so I wrote the script and I showed it to Josh and Tandeka at the time, who was producing for us. And Josh was like, okay, this is cool. Which brand would you like? And we were looking at so many, like Sealand. We were looking at Egg. There's a place called Egg in Rosebank. We Are Egg, that's what they're called. And like, and I was like, no, but they've made it. People know them, you know? People don't know us. Imagine coming close to a brand that also people don't know, but we elevating together. So we had no money. We just connected with like-minded creatives, like-minded people, and we told them that, hey, this is the script, this is the idea, this is what we want to do. They were like, cool, let us know which brand. I think of a brand and I'm like, Swank. I knew people who knew the person, and they were like, okay, here's his number. Oh, Linda Lani. Yo, so hard to get a hold of. Like, he's always at it. Everybody told me he's always at his shop, but he's never on his phone. Calling him for like plans to meet and all this, and we never really meet. And then I remember it was like mid-month, far away from like month end and a salary, and I was like, shit, okay, I've got like my last $50. Let me just go to Bram.
Yeah.
And I know where his shop is, so I'm going to knock.
I'm going to go there.
I'm going to knock and go there. So I went there and I was like, hey, so I've got this treatment for you. Can I just pitch it to you and you tell me whether you like it or not? Because I really want to shoot this with you. He's like, bet. You have like 20 minutes. I was like, damn. Okay. Opened my laptop, went through it, and it's Bram. So people are like moving out and like, you know, there's different shops. People are drinking. People are smoking weed the side. I was like, damn, okay. I'm going through the treatment. And he was like, bet. I like it. It's cool. It's dope. When are we doing it? And we set with crew. We put crew together. We put locations together. We all went, we split the cost within 3 people. So the brand, DOP, and myself equally, which is crazy because not a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's like, the brand must give us money. Or,
must give all the money, yeah.
Yes, and then it's those weird questions on set. It's like, who asked who to do this thing? Because, you know, it's like, who's doing this for a favor? And we're like, no, it's just we're all doing it because we really love it. We shot for 2 days. We edited with Postmodern and Tiger Fight. Shout out to the gang. Those two, shout out. Will at Postmodern, he's really great.
Okay, Will from Postmodern.
Yeah, do you know Will?
No. We want to give them a shout out, you know,
Okay,
like so.
yes.
Then so all the
So
names.
they know,
Man. I mean, this is very important. This is why the podcast is here.
Yes, exactly.
To
not gatekeep.
no, we can't gatekeep, man. So they cut up the video.
So Postmodern cut up the video with Will, and then Tiger Fight did the music. And they killed the music. It was really cool. And we had a premiere. Nobody knew me. And it was so crazy because nobody really knew me. And I really knew that this was my work. And this is the work I want to be doing. And I was like, here's a premiere. Let's do it. And it's crazy because at that time, companies and sponsors really didn't want to come through because they were like,
what's this?
What street culture? And I'm like, you know what? We move forward because we shot and then premiere and it was good. It was cool. We had fun. It was well received, like super well received. And even like the people in Cape Town who saw it, I was like, shit, okay, it's resonating for the people.
It's strong.
Well.
The work was strong. Like it really, really was strong. So speaking of weeds, let's go back to the treatment. Just walk us through that treatment.
Yeah.
And how you birth that.
Okay, the process of the treatment. It's crazy. I feel like my visuals are stronger than my writing, but my writing helps my visuals.
Okay.
So so it's like a little back and forth between my brains. So normally when I research, it started off with research. I didn't have a brand in mind, but I just knew what I wanted to see, what I liked, what I wanted to do. And I was like, okay, what if we have these different scenarios? So I was like, we can have the baddies, we can have guys on bikes. I'm like, we can definitely like have little kids because, you know, you need to have a little bit of everything
in it.
And you have to have everything in it, and also just have, you know, the processes of which different, not areas, but different communities you're touching.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So everyone wants to be represented on screen. Everybody wants to see themselves on screen. And I feel like the lack of it has been happening recently.
Yeah.
But I feel like now, I don't know, my age group or this generation of directors and filmmakers that are coming up are really like we're not pushing the boundaries. I feel like we're bending it so we can get through it, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. No, I mean, it is. I love that approach because being inclusive is key.
Yeah.
And to your point, and that's how you can make any material, any piece of content that resonates strongly with consumers. No, so shout out to you. Do you still have a relationship with the Swank team?
I do. I really do. Like, my homies. But my homies need to give me merch. That's all I ask for.
Yeah,
no, they're cool people. They also come down here because they also have clothes at Archive.
Okay.
That's what I love about like Cape Town. Everything is so close. And like I'd be walking from Papi to Clark's, and then I see people I know, and everyone's like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm just like, shit, this is cool. I don't want to talk about Joburg, but yes, it's so cool here. Oh,
wow.
But I'm not trying to start a life here. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to
get the work done.
I really came here to really work and chase my dreams, and I'm so humbled that it's happening. That's all.
Hey, Cape Town is dangerous in the sense of it will keep you here for a minute, you know? The beauty of the city just...
Too beautiful.
Yeah. Look, the beauty of this city really keeps you in.
Yeah.
I also, many years back, came saying, "Oh my God, I'm just coming here and I'm out."
Yeah, in and out.
Out, and well, I'm now a whole citizen of the city. So yeah, I mean, look, it's a beautiful way of doing that. And right now, Carbon Films, how's that? Just starting. Congratulations.
Thank you. Carbon Nights. Oh, I love them. Oh, they're so sweet. Like, they're real people. They're really like hearty people.
Yeah.
But they also do the damn work. Like, they
do.
They really produce really like strong work.
Yeah.
And I'm the only girl that's there, so I'm surrounded by brothers and uncles.
I know, which is good. which is everything you need. And look, it's really great to have you in the city, to be honest. Just seeing your work, just being on your page, I was like, wow, okay. We have another creative, another human, another one of us from the city, which is good. And how you feeling about MTN? Congratulations on that. Let's just talk a little bit more on the MTN project. How did that come to life? So just walk us through.
Yeah, MTN came through the previous company I was with, and they had the main TVC, which was probably mostly just like stock footage and one scene or two that was shot. But they wanted to have 3 different spots. But like I said, TVCs get all the money and digitals always get the slack, which is perfectly fine because for me, the fact that I was able to do swank, and maybe that's why it's boxed me into, she can do the cheap jobs. I don't know. But like the fact that it's put me in a position where I can do digital. I can do different types of digital. So they came through, they had a script, they had an idea, they had 5 scripts, but they didn't have the money, so it went to 3. And it was about, that thing when you have the money, when you win the lotto. Like, I won't say anything, but there'll be signs.
There'll be signs.
You know what I mean? There'll be signs. So that was a really like cool thing to like explore. It was really like having to be with the agency and the client and really talking ideas and actually with Black people in the room, which was great. I was like, the creatives were Black, the clients were Black, but sprinkle here and there. But the majority of them were Black, and we were progressive. And we knew what the idea was. We knew what the main cause was. So when it came from pre-production to shooting, it was so smooth. even though the wind was throwing things off, but it was so smooth. And to post, like, even my producer who ended up with me in post was like, that was the most smoothest process of shoot. And I'm like, I'm not here to stress. I'm here to do the damn things and like in a cool way. Like, also, if you approach things with love, like you attract love.
Wow. And some of the cool things that you learned, can you share with us? Or some learnings, a good list?
Yes. Some things to learn is sometimes you don't need to respond. Sometimes you just need to keep quiet and let them think about what they said, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes you just need to be like, okay.
Sometimes the no response is the response.
Is the response, exactly.
Wow, that's a key one. And did you feel any pressure working on this MTN big brand?
Yeah.
How were you feeling at the time? Because that you said you were a researcher, right?
Yes.
So how did you cross over that?
So I knew I was ready, but the company at that time wasn't ready for me.
Yeah.
I was too young. And I'm 26 right now. I think my age is aging. Like, if I don't do it right now,
when are you going to do it? Yeah.
Exactly. So, I even forgot what the question was.
No, the question just really around coming from you've been a researcher and working on the particular project.
Yes.
And how did you cross over there between those lines? Yes, you're young already. How did you deal with that?
So the crossover happened between when I was doing research for 3 years. Then I was still a director because I knew I wanted to direct.
Okay.
It hadn't left me. It just was like, okay, this is going to be my in-between time. But within my 3rd year of researching, I knew, okay, I need to put more into myself. I need to go out and shoot things, and which I did. Went out, I shot a documentary with just 2 people as crew and then like 7 skate girls, and we just shot it across 2 weekends.
What was that?
It's called Untitled Skates.
Untitled Skates, is it available somewhere?
It's actually going through festivals.
Wow.
So yeah, it's going through festivals.
So it's somewhere here on the link. The link is on somewhere down here. Would have to share that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's doing really well. It went to New York festivals.
Wow.
It also went to. I mean, I've got a list of them, but I'll share the link.
Please,
The link
share.
will be
We
somewhere.
have to share the love.
It was actually at the SA Indie Films Festival screening. Yeah, I think it's their first year, second year, but it's just traveling. But I was still shooting stuff, but I had to balance my 9 to 5, which is research, and my passion, which is my heart.
Yeah.
And just having to balance that between 2 years. Then I was like, okay, cool. I am officially ready to direct. I need to leave this research behind because I feel like it was draining me a little bit. Because I was like, I could direct this or I could do this.
You've done it for so long now.
Yeah.
That it's just the next thing you need to do.
Exactly. So that crossover happened within those.
So did you go and knock on anyone's door and say, hey, I want to do this?
I did. You know those coffee dates, hey?
I know them, right?
We're like, oh, let's meet for coffee. The concept is great, but like, it's like,
It's a doing word. You actually have to do it.
Yes, let's do the coffee.
Let's do the coffee, okay.
Let's get a coffee. Let's do it.
So if there's anything you learned from that, what is the one thing what are the few things you can just share with people out there, just that process of the coffee dates? Is it go for what you want, knock on the doors, what will it be?
Don't rely on the coffee dates. That's the one thing. I think rely on what you know and what you want.
Yeah.
And be patient. A lot of people were like, be patient, you'll get there. And I was like, no, I want it now. But like, they were right. Be patient. Your time is your time. It will never leave you. It will never forsake you. What is meant for you will be for you. And that's what I've learned. Like, just go for what you want. And if someone's going to say you're not ready, prove them wrong. That's all you need to do.
Wow. Amazing. And how are you feeling about the work now that the work is out?
The work is out. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy because other people are like, oh, she's such a big director. And I'm like, I just got here. I just arrived. I don't know what you mean.
But you're arriving after killing a whale in a shack, right?
Yes, that's true. But also you need to be humble when you do those things. Like, I'm very humble. Like, I'm really not, I don't want to say proud. Proud is the wrong word. I'm not like in your face. What's up? I'm here to crush people. I'm here to do all the things. No, I'm
but not that. But if you can fly, you can fly. I always say, like when it comes to corporate, I've always had this thing where I tell the team and say, the bird on the tree is not afraid of the branch breaking because it believes in its wings. Did you hear that?
Shout outs.
So don't forget you've got wings.
Shout out.
Don't forget you can fly. And sometimes you don't have to say anything. You just need to fly.
Just do it.
Because when you see a bird flying, you know it's flying. Just do it, right?
Exactly.
And there are those moments. It's not really about bragging. It's just you flying.
Whew, I'm going to use that now.
Yeah, no, you got to fly because here's the chat I always have. I was chatting to, again, Malcolm and I have to talk Malcolm Refuse. And we're having a very similar discussion. About just like, Unc, I think I'm bragging. I'm like, no, it's not bragging, dog. Just showcasing and sharing your work is not bragging. It's just sharing your work.
That's true. That's also the only way people will
know what you can do. Exactly. How else would I know what you can do if I don't see the work?
Exactly.
Plus, furthermore to that, is the page not a personal page where you can share your personal things?
Correct.
The things that you're happy to share with. And that's not bragging, man.
Wow, you should have a podcast. Damn. You're saying the right things. I'm like, where's my notebook? Let me write something.
Yeah, because that's where the pressure comes from. Because I work with a lot of young teams. Like most my team members are young, 19, 20, like I really have a young team. And I intentionally do that in the sense of, I was really blessed coming up. I had a lot of mentors. A lot of people who taught me some cool stuff, and a bulk of what I know today is because somebody else taught me. Someone took the time to, to teach me also, and I want to always give that back. And just going back to it, also, we're now in an era where documentation is almost at an all-time high. we have cameras in our hands, we can document as much, we can share as much. But I always say the world is also now one place. How often do you talk to someone in LA?
Yeah.
Whether it's going to be New York, whether it's going to be London, Australia, wherever it is, but we're able to do this just because of the internet. So if you don't showcase that work,
you
yeah, exactly. You almost at that moment where you're cutting your own feathers, right?
Yeah.
Not to fly.
No, that's true.
It's like you're almost like that bird in a cage.
Now I know which tattoo I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was like, I want to get a tattoo in Cape Town, but I'm not too sure what tattoo I want. Like, I'm gonna get wings.
Exactly. You can fly. Don't forget, you can fly, and that's what I always say. And again, looking at your work, looking at the Swank project, those are your wings. Just listen to that story, and I won't believe it when I look at the work. Like, nah, girl, you playing.
That's what everybody says.
Like, you playing.
And I'm like, this is my story.
Nah, you playing because the work is so strong. Yes, sometimes it can be a little difficult, but I always feel some silly people somewhere sat out there and they gave us some silly advice that we shouldn't do certain things.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what
that holds us back.
That hold us back. One thing I can learn about our other counterparts, our Caucasian family, white folk will tell you everything that they know how to do, man. I can do this because I have a PhD from wherever it is, and my brother with an engineering degree there. But I learned quickly that it's not bragging; it's just stating the obvious.
That's true, but also when you don't have it, it feels like bragging.
But then you are telling yourself you don't have it.
Because that's true, I don't have it.
You don't have
like right now, in terms of comparison.
Yo, man, you worked on probably the biggest brand, one of the biggest brands in Africa, MTN. What you saying, girl? You're playing.
No, that's true. I think
you're playing.
Yeah. Someone says okay, you don't know how to congratulate yourself. I'm like people think I just got here oh yeah, it's going to be big. Yes, this is the tip of the iceberg for me. People can have goals for me, but those won't be my goals.
I know we don't care about people. We don't care about people. I know we don't care about people because I always like to say, name the people. Who are they?
Yeah.
Right? Who are they? Because sometimes we tend to make these people up in our head, right?
Yes, that's correct.
But don't forget, you can fly. You can fly. Just go in with that. It's not bragging. Just remember. If anything happens, just be like, Uncle said I can fly.
Yes. See, when I got here, I was like, Uncle, I'm outside. And you were like, yo, you're outside. I'm like, yeah, I'm outside.
So tell me, do you have a camera?
I have a film camera. I've got 2 film cameras.
Oh. Why film?
I think it needs to be worth it to take the shot. Everything else I take on my phone. So
interesting.
I never had the digital cameras or even getting a film camera like I have right now. I used to take all my pictures on my phone and edit them, edit quickly, do a edit on Visco or whatever, and then post it. And people are like, oh, what camera? I was like, that's
you have an eye. You just have an eye. You have an awesome eye.
It's just my phone. And it shouldn't be these huge, big cameras. Because sometimes you've got these really nice cameras, but you don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
And even if you take the cleanest picture, what is your grade? Because your grade also creates an emotion.
Yeah, definitely.
Your color creates what you're trying to express. And that's what I've been doing lately, taking pictures, grading it, and then pairing it with a music track and then just posting it on Instagram. It's just been that for me. I'm like, okay, does it hit with the visual? Does the grade link? And that's just me casually trying to, find what I like.
What you listening to right now?
Oh my word. I'm a piano hoe. I am waiting for Waffles to release. This morning I was up at 7 waiting for her to release and she didn't, but I will be there.
Does she have an album coming out?
She does. She says this album is for the hoes. So
I can't wait to. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Because also Cape Town, you guys have what's happening here with the music? Like, the only place I can go and listen to good music is at Clubhouse. But I don't want to be that girl that's always there. They're like, we saw you last week.
You know what? I live at the Clubhouse. You're home now and forever. Like I've just found myself in a place where I really don't care anymore like that.
Okay.
If
you
I'm
don't
gonna
care
be
what people say.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be the Clubhouse every other 10 days, that's where I'm gonna be at. Because when you have purpose, because I just move with purpose and intention. I'm outside to document culture. And that's my thing, I always say to everyone around me, I'm like, hey, if you've got no business being outside, stay indoors.
Yeah.
Don't be outside, right? But we are also just outside people. Like, I can imagine in your world, you literally you dream or you come up with things that become living things, in the sense of, you got this idea, swank video, for example. It's just like, we think like that, and then our output is something people consume. And sometimes, I don't know about you, you need life experiences to get into your work.
That's true.
And not that there's anything wrong with being at home, but sometimes there's not really life experiences at home.
At home, that's true.
No, there's anything wrong being at home. No, Rome is nice, it's chilled, everything else. But sometimes you need to just go out in the hustle and bustle of things. In marketing, we always talk about something called the brand in situ, brands in situations, where we say, you guys are making this cool top, but do you know how people are actually dressing outside?
Like outside, yeah. You need to see your product in the real
world. That's the brand in situ. And for people like us, because we work with brands, and our output are towards brands, whether it's going to be an ad for somebody, a music video, a reel, or whether it's going to be a print ad, whatever it is, it has to represent mass population, right? And being outside really allows you to do that. I mean, I can imagine if you're a stylist and you don't really go outside.
True. I mean, like, you need to know what's the fashion vibes outside.
Yeah. So outside is like for me, outside is always quite important. And to go back to places where it's cool, there's also drama.
I mean, yeah, but I've experienced it in Joburg, so I'm sure like the club life here is not.
No, definitely. Look, it's nothing like Josie.
It's nothing like
Josie. But no,
it's nothing like
it's
that.
absolutely nothing like
absolutely
Josie.
Nothing. And also, when you say like, what music do I listen to? I listen to like, not only Amapiano.
I mean, like right now, now.
I listen to Amapiano.
Yeah.
No, true. That was me. But I'm really like vast in like musics and tracks and like doing different things. So that's my thing. But also I'm also with you in terms of like the different experiences outside like of your home. But I'm still like writing scripts of my upbringing, my childhood.
Yeah.
So I want to focus my energy on that before I start tapping into like my life right now. I mean, I'm not closing myself at home or anything, but there's certain stories that I feel like to still be
spoken about or written,
and written and seen, because I'm probably not the only person who's experienced certain like life lessons or growing up lessons or those things. So it's just like showing people that they're not alone. That makes sense.
So are you writing a movie?
I mean, I'm not trying to stay in commercials. I'm really trying to be like a filmmaker. Like I really want to like shoot series. I do want to shoot a movie, but I don't aspire to shoot movies. People who have the real backbones can shoot movies. I don't think I've got that. My backbone is still like soft for a movie, but I feel like I can do a series or music videos or documentaries. Commercials are just,
part of it.
A part of it. But I feel like, which is so interesting because I feel like Mzonke's done it. And we're learning, when I say we, it's like myself and Christian and everybody else. Like we're all like, how can we tackle shooting commercials that's not the same boring way? That's a different, cool, interesting, fresh way and like present time right now. So
how can you do that?
How can we do that? And because we're the audience.
Yeah.
So why don't we shoot things that we think is cool? So we get a script, we tear it apart, and then we put it back together and the agency is not ready. The brand is not ready. When are we all going to be ready? By the time we're ready, I'll be in my 40s. Like,
I guess then we just have to push it because we are the outliners, right?
True.
So if not us, then who is, right?
Exactly.
And it's also something Christian I always also like chat about is in let's rewrite the rules every time. And just don't tackle it that one way.
Yeah.
Skin it many other ways. And like you said, till when will it happen? I guess for us, when we might never know. Yeah. However, I strongly believe that it's going to happen soon.
I also feel like it's like there's something in the air.
There's something in the air telling us that, right?
Something is saying something, you know? I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's a shift happening in the film, in visuals, like, it's like I can't comprehend, but it's just...
Something's happening. There's a change happening.
It's moving.
And you have to be part of that change.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So where do you see yourself in the near future as a filmmaker?
Near future? I want to shoot feature films. I'm writing a adaptation of a stage play. But I like to fuck up shit. Anyways, like in a like more Adidas avant-garde looking way. But with street wear.
Yes.
You know, and then if you know the screenplay, it's called Waiting for Godot.
Okay, yes.
There's nothing that happens in that play. There's really nothing that happens.
So you're rewriting that.
So I'm rewriting it in like the current times but
yeah.
like thinking more diesel and like Adidas type of Puma look. Just like really chilled with like current, like with black guys.
British have a very good way of making movies like that.
Yeah, they do.
Like
they're really good at that.
Yeah, I like how they just incorporate everything, the streetwear, whichever way it is, and I kind of see it. Like the more you're talking about it, and I'm just listening to you, I'm like,
Yeah. That's where I want to go. I want to go shoot Top Boy. So if you're saying
I know, right?
Future,
yes.
That's where I want to be. I want to shoot Top Boy. But it's fine because I know I'm like...
working towards that.
I'm working towards that. And if it's a small MTN brief or a MTN campaign that I do, I'm going to put my skills and my mind and the way I want to do it in that way so that it can like reach other ways. But yeah, so I'm writing 2 scripts. It was that adaptation for a screenplay and a hip hop opera.
Oh.
Like the things that happen in this man. No, like truly, I went to go see an opera stage play and there was a little kid and a little girl and they were performing and they were opera in English. They were speaking English in opera.
Oh, wow.
In dialogue. And I was like, damn, this would be nice if it was like
hip-hop.
Like hip-hop, you know, but opera hip-hop. But shot very classical and shot like in a theater.
Yeah.
Shot like it's only them two and then there's like spotlights and stuff. So my mind goes like that.
There.
But I need to and write.
No. You definitely get there. And how have you found the work being a black, but above all being female?
Yeah, I think, like, I want to say shout out to the previous or the black female directors before me.
Yeah, like, shout out to them for sure.
Like, truly, like your director kids, like I work close with director kids and Khalem, and they have had struggles that I don't have to.
Yeah.
But I probably have struggles that the younger female black directors after me will probably experience.
Yeah.
But it's not, we're trying to, how can I say, what was that question? I'm going off in a tangent saying Amanda.
No. Just being young, being black, but being female in this, in your space.
It's crazy.
How has that been? How have you navigated that?
Being black and being female in the space, you're never taken seriously. You're always taken as, oh, okay, no, that's her opinion. Meanwhile, it's a fact. And as a director, you need to step up and be like, well, this is what it is. And people will look down on you and they'll be like, okay, she's just young, black, and a female. Meanwhile, if it was a guy who was black, everyone would listen to him like, oh, yeah, bro, yeah, I feel you. And I would say the same thing and they'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Which is hard, but I don't think that's the culture that's happening right now.
Yeah, no,
I
definitely.
think the military culture is swiffing out. Like
No, it
it's
definitely
going
is. It's going out.
Because, I mean, that's how the commercial company started. Like, not commercial industry started. Like, it was very militant and very, like, structured in this is how
The
things
way.
are supposed to go out. Like, white males, directors, you know, that's them. And black directors came short after, and then, like, white directors. And then, like, then we came, like, afterwards, like, black females directors. And, like, there will always be a struggle, but I feel like right now we're about to change that.
I'm going to change that. No, I'm looking forward to that. And if you have to give advice to the youngins coming up, what advice would you give to those filmmakers who are still trying to figure it out? You know, you got people who just finishing grade 12. They don't know what to do next, you know. What advice would you give the kids?
Block the sound and follow your heart. A lot of people are going to have a lot to say about your decisions. And just do it. Like, block whatever noise that they probably saying to you, and just follow your heart. If your heart is just getting that little bit of, like, a soft ache, I call it a soft ache. Like, when I watch something, I'm like, is it giving me like a... And if it's giving me that, I'm like, it's good, you know? So anything that's giving you a soft ache, proceed and go for it. I mean, I leaped over to come to Cape Town, not even knowing what's going to happen.
Wow.
But I just entrusted that.
Trust the process.
My heart, you know.
Ah, no, man. That's beautiful. And in closing, what would you like to leave us with?
What would I like to leave you with? Wow. Like, these questions, I should have got them before so I could prep.
Not even. So that's the fun part is we're not prepping for that. You know,
there's no
it just come from your heart. It has to just come from your heart. It doesn't have to be perfect.
That's true.
Yeah.
What do I want to leave you with?
It doesn't be one thing.
Tell me what other people say. What do they normally say when they leave you with something?
Well, they always talk about how the work needs to live on.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, the work needs to live on and make an impact through the work, through that contribution, you know, making that impact.
Answers.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's why I was like, let me not mimic whatever else everybody said. Let me figure out my own thing. What I want to leave you with is that also the girls can do it.
Beautiful.
We can do it, and we can do it with heart, and we can do it with passion, and we can do it just as hard as the guys. And also, there's no competition. We're all in love. If there's competition, then we're not loving the thing we're doing. And people say there's good and bad competition. Competition is competition.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. There's no good, no bad.
It's just
But
competition.
girls can do it too, and
That's it.
that's it.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's Koketso. That's really been amazing. Once again, thank you for coming through the show. Thank you for just shifting your calendar just to make it out. You know where Uncle stays? Me, I live in the burbs, as you can see.
Yeah, you're right. Uncle stays far. When they say 15 minutes in Cape Town, it is far.
No, I live in the burbs, but thank you for having us. Thank you for allowing us to have this conversation. Congratulations to the work you're doing.
Thank you.
I know for a fact you are going to blow. You're going to blow. It's you are going to do bigger things beyond this. You are definitely an energy we need. You're definitely someone who's going to make a very big difference in the game. So thank you very much for coming to the show. We love you here at Creative Lens.
Thanks for having me.
So just know that you're home officially.
Whoop, whoop.
Just like the clubhouse, this is your home now and forever.
This is the Clubhouse 2.0.
Yeah, the clubhouse 2.0. No, thank you very much. And that's all for us from Creative Lens. And we're out. Till next time.
Shout out.
Peace.
Bye.